We are still getting a couple of things figured out real quick, but for now, I'm just going to introduce our cast. This is Therese. This is Ange. Willow. Sienna. And Addie. Oh, and I'm Sienna also. And I think we're ready for the next slide. This is I Am an Emotional Creature by Eve Enzler. I love being a girl.
I can feel what you're feeling as you're feeling it inside the feeling before. I am an emotional creature. Things do not come to me as intellectual theories or hard-shaped ideas. They pulse through my organs and legs and burn up my ears. I know when your girlfriend's really pissed off, even though she appears to give you what you want. I know when a storm is coming. I can feel the invisible stirrings in the air. I can tell you he won't call back. It's a vibe I share.
I am an emotional creature. I love that I don't take things lightly. Everything's intense to me. The way I walk in the street, the way my mother wakes me up, the way I hear bad news. It's unbearable when I lose. I am an emotional creature. I am connected to everything and everyone. I was born like that. Don't you dare say it's all negative and that's a teenage thing, or it's only because I'm a girl. These things make me better. They make me ready. They make me present, and they make me strong.
I am an emotional creature. There's a particular way of knowing. It's like the older woman somehow forgot. I rejoice that it's still in my body. I know when the coconut's about to fall. I know that we pushed the earth too far. I know my father isn't coming back, that there's no one prepared for the fire. I know that lipstick means more than show. I know that boys feel super insecure, and so-called terrorists are made, not born. I know that one kiss can take away all my decision-making ability, and sometimes you know it should.
This is not extreme. It's a girl thing. What we would all be if the big door inside us flew open. Don't tell me not to cry, to calm it down, not to be so extreme, to be reasonable. I am an emotional creature. It's how the earth got made, how the wind continues to pollinate. You don't tell the Atlantic Ocean to behave.
I am an emotional creature. Why would you want to shut me down or turn me off? I am your remaining memory. I am connecting you to yourself. Nothing's been diluted. Nothing's leaked out.
I can take you back. I love that I can feel the inside of the feelings in you, even if it stops my life, even if it hurts too much or takes me off track, even if it breaks my heart. It makes me responsible. I'm an emotional, devotional, unconditional creature, and I love, you hear me?
Love, love, love being a girl. Next slide. And next slide. Oh, I'm going to grab my shade real quick. Okay. And this is Getting Over Tom by Lenora Champagne.
I took the metro, direction Claremont Dawn, to Patricia's, where immediately after saying hello, I recounted a story I'd overheard at a party the previous week. A pretty French girl from Paris, to be exact, was telling a woman who'd taken a raft down the Mississippi that she thinks it's more difficult to be both strong and feminine in the United States than in France. If you're strong, it's okay, expected even, but if you're feminine, no one takes you seriously. Fine, I thought, but try being an ugly woman in France. It won't get you anywhere, unless you become a famous intellectual. Then you'll be accepted as a man.
And this is Homage to My Hips by Lucille Clifton.
These hips are big hips. They need space to move around in. They don't fit into little petty places. These hips are free hips. They don't like to be held back. These hips have never been enslaved. They go where they want to go. They do what they want to do. These hips are mighty hips. These hips are magic hips. I've known them to put a spell on a man and spin them like a top.
And this is Hope by
the soul, and sings the tune without the words, and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm, that could abash the little bird, that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land, and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of thee.
And then this is An American Daughter by Wendy Wessertein.
Pretty good.
I tried to drown myself, Lissa.
What?
I was the vessel of regrets. I prayed by the banks of Potomac. There were old men dashing in prayer shawls and young lawyers in Brook Brotherman suits. I watched as they tossed their breadcrumbs in secret sorrow. Oh Lord, my King of the universe, I cheated on my income tax. Oh Lord, God of all, I lust for the Asian shekel girl, the Henny Farm delicatessen. Oh Lord, I jumped about a strip of bacon. At first I stayed quiet, feeling my familiar distance and disdain, and all of a sudden, almost involuntarily, I began shredding my low-fat cranberry orange muffin. I wanted this God, this Yevek, to know me. I tossed in my first crumb. Oh Lord, King of the universe, I have failed to honor my mother and my father, and I regret floats down the Maryland. Oh Lord, who was like you in heaven or in earth? I regret the man I've been with. I regret the marriage I made. I regret never learning to be a woman. I pulled the entire top and wad the muffin in frigid towards the Washington Monument. Oh Lord, my God, mighty of mighty, holy of holy, I can't make life and I can't stop death. Oh Lord, my God, my Lord is one, and I jump in.
And then?
It seems the stomach is still very warm September from the summer lights.
So you were fine?
I was great. My head bobbing up and down, my Liz Claiborne suit, my pearls, and all of a sudden I saw a box of Dunkin' Donuts floating down the Maryland. And I still remember my mother's favorite donut brand. Whatever be your life, wherever you ramble on through life, whatever be your goal, keep your eye upon the donut and not upon the hole. And I began laughing and laughing. These are the donut holes to my discontent. I brought them here to you on M Street, Lissa.
Thank you.
Of course, the taxi was stopped for a drenched black woman, so I walked all the way here.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Where are you going?
Upstairs. I need to call my children.
Please, Lissa, they are fine. I'm so sad. I'm so cold.
Do you ever think other people might have their own fears, their own sorrow?
I spent my whole entire life trying to figure out other people's pain and sorrow. I want a home.
God damn it, Judith, just grow up and make one.
I can't, not just for me.
Sorry, I can't help you tonight.
You don't know what it is to want, Lissa.
What gives you the audacity to believe you failed if you can't make life or stop death?
Because I was taught if I was a good girl and I worked hard that I could.
Goodbye, Judith.
And this is The Fairy Tale Lives of Russian Girls by Meg Miroshnik. So Masha, after a few hours of hard work, the boys stole away, said they were going on a beer run, and Masha was left alone in the forest, where everything good, meaning everything bad, happens. After dark, off the path out of luck, till Masha came upon a hut. Not so much a hut, in fact, as a cottage with a pie cooling on the windowsill, a cozy fire, and it was empty. So Masha went inside and made herself at home. But all houses have masters, and the Huzan of this hut came home. It sounded something like, grrr! Masha couldn't see anything, so she said, grrr, 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 girl, Deyavushka, girl, what are you doing in my house? Believe me, I didn't know this house belonged to a bear. If I'd known a medved lived here, it was after dark, and your house, and I was alone, and your house looked so cozy, and your bed looked just right. Please, are you going to eat me up? Are you going to run your claws through my soft flesh? Are you going to shred me into strips and chew on the strings of me for hours? The bear thought for a moment, and he said to Masha, No, Deyavushka, I will not eat you. I will keep you in my hut. You will stoke my stove. You will cook my kasha porridge. You will feed me my kasha porridge. I will never, ever let you go. Till death do us part. Oh God, Masha said. A lifetime commitment. Is your mind 100% made up? I mean, are you sure you wouldn't rather just eat me? Thank you. And next we have World Without End by Holly Hughes.
Men just kill me. They really do. They're killing us. They hate us women so deep and hard, they don't even know they're doing it. They say, I like women. I'm all for equal rights. But what's with the anti-fever gripping the nation, huh? What's with the unending lack of funding for the children they care so much about as fetuses, then abandoned as children? Oh, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking there's a woman in the anti-abortion movement. Well, that's what they want you to think. Those are not women. Nancy Reagan isn't even human, she's a hand puppet. And what about one of my other favorite cocktail party conversation topics? Battered women. You know what I read in the paper the other day about battered women? If they don't like it, why don't they just leave? Hedda Nussbaum, she could have just left. But what I don't read is where we're supposed to go. Oh, show me your map, Mrs. Mansour, Mr. Senior Mansour, Miss Famous Feminist. Where in the world can a woman walk?
Hedda Nussbaum did leave. Twice. Oh, I know this is not art, believe you me. I wish I could be whipping out a haiku or doing a little macrame demonstration. I wish I could be sharing some art with you right now. I'm just like everybody else. All I want to do is sleep. Oh, I know the difference between politics and art. I went to art school. I didn't say I graduated, but I did matriculate. And the first thing they said when they saw me coming through the door was, Holly, don't hit them over the head. Art is not supposed to hit them over the head. Well, neither are fathers. And when Joel Steinberg hit his daughter so hard she died, I read in the newspaper the other day a columnist, Pete Hamill, saying it was worse morally for Hedda Nussbaum to not intervene than it was for Joel Steinberg to kill her in the first place. That's when I gave up on my macrame career. Let me ask you a question. Take all the time you want. Here's something that's been bothering me lately. Why is it, if men don't hate women like they claim that they don't, why do they ask such stupid questions like, where are all the great women artists? Is that a question for me? You know where they are. They're out in the kitchen, for Christ's sake, making you a fucking cup of coffee, okay?
It's getting kind of hot under the collar, and I don't even have a collar on. Let me ask you another question, sort of in the same vein. If men don't hate women, why is it that I go to see a movie featuring my favorite movie star, Davey or Judy Foster, in the movie she made, The Accused? Why was it during the rape scene the men were cheering? I thought it was some sort of Rose Bowl. And why is it that when I went to go see Amala Dior's Meta Dior, during the rape scene the men were laughing? I'm thinking, do you think this is funny? If you think this is funny, why don't you haul your ass down to the Rape Crisis Center and man those hotlines? And yes, I do mean man those hotlines. Come to think of it, it's a bad idea, but you go out for coffee or clean up the bathroom. It's easy. Make sure there's plenty of fresh maxi pads and order eaters on hand. What? Where's my sense of humor? You want to see my sense of humor? Then drop your pants and bend over, 'cause I got 10 hard inches of throbbing one-liners for you. Oh, men are killing me, and they want me to like them. You know what? Men can laugh at rape, but if you hate them, you're crazy. I'm very sorry I don't like them. See, I'm a man-hater. Oh, yes, I don't hate men half as much as a straight woman would, but I'm still a man-hater. What's the matter? Are you mad at me?
And next is My Short Skirt by Eve Enzler.
You're good. short skirt is not an invitation, a provocation, an indication that I want to, or give it, or that I hope. My short skirt is not begging for it. It does not want you to rip it off me or pull it up or down. My short skirt is not a legal reason for raping me. Although it has been before, it will not hold up in the new court. My short skirt,
Believe it or not, has nothing to do with you. My short skirt is about discovering the power of my lower calves, about cool autumn air traveling up my inner thighs, about allowing everything I see or pass or feel to live inside. My short skirt is not proof that I am stupid or undecided or a malleable little girl. My short skirt is my defiance. I will not let you make me afraid. My short skirt is not showing off. This is who I am before you make me cover it or tone it down. Get used to it.
my short skirt is happiness. I can feel myself on the ground. I am here. I am hot. My short skirt is a liberation flag in the women's army. I declare these streets, any streets, my vagina's country.
My short skirt is turquoise water with swimming colored fish, a summer festival in the Starry Dome, a bird calling, a train arriving in a foreign town. My short skirt is a wild spin, a full breath, a tango dip. My short skirt is initiation, appreciation, and excitation. But mainly my short skirt and everything under it is mine, mine, mine.
Next up is God Gave Us Ants by Idris Goodwin.
I've got something to show you. Don't be shy, come on. But be quiet. Your mama's asleep. We don't want to wake her. This is for you. It's a list. I want to give this to you, but I kind of have to explain it first. I see how your mother talks to you, and don't get me wrong, she's my sister and everything. I don't see a little girl when I see you. I see a young woman. Yeah, an older girl. You're a viper, like your Aunt Kelly. And these are the things you gotta know. Number one, everybody's gonna tell you what they know, but nobody knows, except your Aunt Kelly. 2, that movie The Bodyguard is a lie. Nobody's coming to save you. 3, looks like I crossed that one out. What is that? Oh, stupid Frank wrote this one. Why did we save number 3 to their 18th birthday? 4, your friends are not your friends. 5, it's going to hurt the first time. It's always going to hurt the first time. 6, but it gets better, for a while at least, until it gets worse. Your mom and dad take you to church and they'll teach you about thy neighbor and love thy. That's great. It's positive, but positive is overrated. 7, positivity is something losers who don't know they're losers say when crap is hitting the fan. 8, learn how to cook, but not for that reason. 9, the monsters are wolves and your fairy love are real. I want to be telling you this wasn't true. It's why you have an aunt. I knew before I was 18, and my aunt, your great aunt Sandra, told me, but it was kind of too late. So I'm giving you this now. You're what now? 11? Oh really? Just 9, huh? You look so much older.
And this is Sonnet on being cautioned against walking on a headland overlooking the sea because it was frequented by a lunatic, by Charlotte Smith.
Is there a solitary wrench who hies to the tall cliff of the starting pace or slow, and measuring views with the wild and hollow eyes, is distant from the waves that chide below? Who, as a sea-born gale with frequent sighs, chills his cold bed upon the mountain turf, with hoarse, half-uttered lamentation lies, murmuring responses to the dashing surf, and moody sadness on the giddy brink. I see him more with envy than with fear. He has no nice felicities that shrink from giant horrors wildly wandering here. He seems uncursed for reason, not to know the depth or the duration of his will.
And this is Breathe by Becky Hemsley.
She sat at the back and they said she was shy. She led from the front and they hated her pride. They asked her for advice and then questioned her guidance. They branded her loud and were shocked by her silence. When she shared her ambition, they said it was sad. So she told them their dreams and they said she was mad. They told her they'd listen and covered their ears and gave her a hug while they laughed at her fears. And she listened to all of it, thinking she should be the girl they told her as best as she could. But one day she asked what was best for herself instead of trying to please everyone else. So she walked to the forest and stood with the trees. She heard the wind whisper and danced with the leaves. She spoke to the willow, the elm, and the pine, and she told them what she'd been told time after time. She told them she felt she was never enough. She was either too little or far too much, too loud or too quiet, too fierce or too meek, too wise or too foolish, too bold or too meek.
Then she found a small clearing surrounded by forest, and she stopped. And she heard what the tree said to her, and she sat there for hours, not wanting to leave. But the forest said nothing, it just let her breathe.
And next is Phenomenal Woman by Angelou.
Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size, but when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say,
It's the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me.
I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man the fellows stand or fall down on their knees, and they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say,
It's the fire in my eyes, the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenally.
Phenomenal Woman, that's me.
Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they cannot touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they still can't see. I say,
It's the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breast, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me.
now you understand just why my head's not bowed.
I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud.
When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud.
I say, it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair.
the palm of my hand, the need for my care.
'Cause I'm a woman, phenomenally.
Phenomenal Woman, that's me.
Thank you very much. That was wonderful.
Thank you guys for having us and listening.